the 29th of November, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua, Vayishlach.
Okay.
Hello, Rabbi. How are you? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello, Lou. How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Baruch Hashem.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I've forgotten to turn on my speaker. That's what I'm doing initially. Okay. Everything well with you?
Thank God. My wife had a procedure yesterday and she got a clean bill of health.
Baruch Hashem.
So,
Okay.
and I had a Holter monitor from my cardiologist ordered it. So I got that test done. I'll find out next week how it went.
Okay. Anyway, we're up to Shani.
Shani, okay. What pasuk is that?
Pasuk Yud Dalet.
Yud Dalet. Oh, there it is. Vayalen Sham Balayla Hahu Vayikach Min Haba Viyado Min Cha Le'e Sav Achiv. All right, so and he spent the night there, and he took from that which had come into his hand, mincha, an offering to Esav, his brother.
Okay.
All right, so that was 14. Okay, so Haba biyado, birashuso, into his domain. Cain vayikach es kol artso miyado. Similarly, he took all his land from his hand.
Now, it can't be literally from his hand because it means from his control.
Right. To take something in hand. In English.
Right, whatever. So Vayikach min haba biyado means from whatever was under his control, right? From whatever he had was in his possession.
Right.
From whatever he had in his possession, mincha to Esav his brother. Okay. That's one pshat. Umidrash Haggadah.
Umidrash Haggadah min haba biyado, and a homiletical explanation of this phrase from his hand. Avanim tovim. Precious stones.
You have to think about tovos.
What?
You have avonim tovim or tovos.
Avanim tovot. Tovos. I said tovim. Tovos.
Right.
Umar galios. Pearls. So precious stones and pearls. Shadam tsar bitzror. That a person binds in a binding.
Yeah, well, that's a bit too literal. He puts it in a pouch. He puts it in a bundle. and
Right.
knows some other and carries them in his hand. So Rashi is saying that means can be translated literally. He took from whatever was in his hand a mincha for Esau, his brother. He gave him what can be passed from hand to hand,
Ah,
i.e., precious stones and pearls or jewels or whatever. Okay,
that's odd. It refers to the second explanation as agada, but
right?
second explanation is actually more pshat. It's
Not
the
necessarily.
simple
Tell you
translation.
what,
What?
what the pasuk means that the gift he's referring to is what the pasuk continues in pasuk 15. 200 goats and 20 he goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams. That's precious what the mincha is referring to. It's all one mincha.
Oh, so the agada is contradicting verse
Not
15.
right. You're saying that there were two presents. He gave from what a gift. He gave to Esau as a gift whatever was in his hand, i.e., precious stones. Gave him, and then in addition, Izim Asai Musyoshim Esri.
I see.
Okay. By the way, I was just discussing with my Chavrusa this morning. But anyway, have you ever? How much does a sheep cost? A lamb?
About 3,000 shekels.
Okay. Right. We're talking about a lamb or a proper ewe.
Lamb.
Okay. So if you just
A full-grown lamb.
okay, but let's assume that the cheaper ones. And how much is a camel cost? You've no idea. How much is a cow cost?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never gotten one.
Okay, you see, you're saying. Let me just have a think. There were about 550 animals here. Most of right? It was either 550 or 530, I think. I can't remember exactly what the cheshbon is. Anyway, multiply that by 3,000 shekel.
Right.
And that's at least, it's a lot more than that.
Right. Not all of them are goats. Right. Some of them
exactly, the more expensive ones. You've got camels.
are
Camels are expensive. A cow is more expensive.
right.
Donkey, I'm sure, is also probably somewhat more expensive, not tremendously more. But I'm saying, so altogether, but I'm just saying it was a minimum value of $1.5 million shekel, 1,650,000 shekel.
Right. That's what a small dira costs.
Okay, but he gave him, it was not a small gift.
No,
We're
absolutely
talking,
not.
this gift was worth, about 2 million shekel at least.
Right.
No, we think, it's a few animals here. It was a lot of money. And if in addition to that, he gave him precious stones, right? So it ups the value of the gift even more.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Davar,
There, alternatively, min haba biado, from his hand, min ha-chulin, from that which is not sacred, she natal maaser, because he had taken tithe.
previously, right? Because he previously taken a tithe before he gave it.
Kama das, amar.
Kamada as Oma, right?
as you say, aser serenu loch. I shall surely tithe to you.
Right, for you.
For you?
Yeah, it means for HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Okay. V'hadar lakach mincha. And after he took the tribute.
Yeah, it's tribute. Okay, it means a gift.
So in other words,
Only afterwards he gave him a,
it's
in
been
other words, he made sure to tithe whatever he gave from this gift which he was giving to Esau. He made sure first to tithe the from the animals, to take a tithe from them, and then only afterwards he gave it to the he gave it to Esau.
so that makes it even more valuable.
I don't know if necessarily makes it more valuable, but his point is, he's telling you that he didn't give it to him without first tithing whatever he had, which is actually it's a little bit strange here because, by the way, it's important. I don't know, we didn't get to it on last week's Parsha and Parshas Vayetze. People are not necessarily aware of it, but a person has to tithe whatever earnings he has and give that money to tzedakah.
Right.
And not only is it required for him to give a tenth, but if it's somebody who has ample income, then it's preferable even if he should give a fifth of his income. Because that's what we learn out from this double expression, aser asrenu lach. I will doubly tithe for you. And the Gemara, I think it's a Gemara Yerushalmi, says that we learn out from here the person should give a fifth. A fifth of his earnings, if he can, in the 4 days, he should give a fifth of his earnings to tzedakah. Okay?
All right, 15. Izim ma sa'im usa yashim es rim rechelim ma sa'im ve'elim es rim. So she goats 200 and he goats 20.
With a ratio of 1 to 10. Okay.
Okay. And ewes 200 and rams 20. So Rashi says, Izim Masayim Yasim Esrim
Yashim Esrim.
Yashim Esrim Masayim Izim 200 she goats. So what's he telling us? I see. 200 she goats. Tzarichos Esrim Tiyashim. Acquire 20 he goats. That's what, for proper mating?
Yes.
V'chein kulam, and similarly with all hazvarim, the number of males, hazicharim, day so rech hanikevos, was enough for the need of the females. Uve reshis rabah doresh mikan, And in Breshis Rabbah, it explains from this Le'ona ha'amura ba'Torah. With respect to marital relations mentioned in the Torah, yalim, those who stroll.
Yeah, which means those who do not have any occupation.
They don't.
They don't have a job.
Right. B'chol yom, each day, hapoalim, laborers, shtayim b'shabas, twice a week, marim, donkey drivers, achas b'shabas, once a week, gamalim, camel drivers, achas loshim yom, once every 30 days, hasapanim, sailors, achas lishisha chadashim, once every 6 months.
Right.
The Aini Yodea, and I do not know, Likavein ha midrash hazeh, the intention of this midrash.
B'chivun.
The chivun, precisely.
How the midrash exactly derives this.
Ach nireh be'enai. However, it appears in my eyes, shelamadnu mikan, that we learn from here, she'ein ha'ona shava, that marital relations are not uniform. B'chol adam, for every man, ella lefi Torah hamutal alav. Rather, in accordance with the difficulty that is placed upon him.
I wouldn't say the difficulty, but the amount of work that's incumbent upon it.
Torah is the amount of work?
Yeah.
I thought Torah was like strain or difficulty, no?
Yeah, it can mean that, but in this sense, it means the amount of work, meaning how available is he for his wife?
Oh, yeah, the English says exertion.
Right.
Shematzi nu kan. For we find here Shematsar L'chol Tayish, that he gave to each goat,
Well, each he goat,
Eser Izim, 10 she goats.
right.
V'chein L'chol Ayil, and similarly with each ram, Lefi shehem pnuyim mimelacha, and in accordance with what
because
that they are idle from work.
Right.
Darkan leharbos tashmish. It is their nature to mate more often.
Right.
Ule aber eser nikevos, and to impregnate 10 females.
Right.
Uvehema mi shenis abra, and an animal that becomes pregnant, Eina mikabeles zachar, will not accept seed.
No, well, it's Mekabel Zachem. She will not accept a male anymore. Right? She doesn't want to.
So not engage in relations.
Right. She does not mate anymore.
Doesn't mate anymore. Ufarim, but for bulls, she'oskim bimelacha, which engage in work, lo masar lizachar ella arba nekevos. He did not. He only gave to the male 4 females. V'la chamor, and to the donkey, sheholech b'derech rechoma, that goes on the path a long distance.
Yeah, Rechoika, right? Rechoika, yeah.
Rechoka, it means a long distance.
Yes.
Shtei nikevos lezachar, 2 females for a male. The lig malim, and for camels, sheholchim derech yotzer rechoka, which go even farther. Nekeva achas lezachar, 1 female for each male.
Right.
So I wanted to ask a question on this. What was my question? So the presumption, I guess, then is that donkey drivers work less hard than camel drivers.
Correct.
But for
Well, I've called upon him the distance of their journeys. That's why I said it's not really the effort involved, right? The physical effort involved, but what the work involves. In other words, camels generally go on longer journeys. So how often does a camel driver come home? Once in 30 days. Whereas a donkey driver who travels shorter distances, so therefore his, even though he's on the road, but he's home once a week he comes home.
Right. And the sailor comes home once every
in 6 months.
6 months.
Right. So that's the idea over here. It's not just necessarily dependent on the physical effort involved for the man, but rather the actual circumstances that he only comes home either once a week or once a month or once in 6 months.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So Vayitain biyad avadav a der levado vayomer el avadav.
And 1 second, you skipped a pasuk. Pasuk 16.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Gemalim me ni kos uvenehem shaloshim paros arba'im ufarim asara asonos esrim va yarim asara. Okay, so camels that are nursing and their children, 30. Cows, 40. Bulls, 10.
Right.
She donkeys 20, and he donkeys 10.
Right. Now, note that with the camels, it doesn't mention how many males.
Oh, right.
It just says, and their children, 30.
Right. No, female camels and the children of those female camels. There are 30 total. If you count them all up.
Oh, so we'll see Rashi. We'll see in Rashi.
Okay, so Rashi says, Gmalim mi minikos uvenehem shloshim, uvenehem imahem. Their children are with them.
Okay, so 1 second. So Rashi's pointing out over here, and this is Pashtus. There is a machlokes how to learn Pshat in Rashi, but Rashi moves the word shloshim to before the word b'neihem. Right. In the pasuk it says, "Gemalim meini kos uvneihem shloshim." So from that you could understand feeding, nursing camels with their children, 30. That sounds like altogether 30. But then Rashi in the Rashi's careful to move the word shloshim to in between Gemalim meini kos shloshim uvneihem. So from that, Rashi seems to be indicating there were 30 nursing camels plus their children. Understand what I mean?
See that Rashi moves the word shloshim. I have him listing it at the end.
What do you mean? How do you have the Rashi read it?
The Dibur Maskil for Rashi is Gemalim mini kos uvenehem shloshim.
No, so I have so what's Rashi commenting on? No, that's the pasuk says that.
Right, that's the Dibur Maskil. You said he switches it, but where's he?
But no, 1 second. What comment do you have in Rashi?
The comment is uvenehem imahem.
So 1 second. What is the Dibur Maskil?
Gemalim menikos uvenehem shloshim.
Uvneihem imahem. And then you've got written Uvneihem imahem after that?
Yes. I have something different from what you have?
Yeah, so I have, and that's what my in 2 editions, which I have over here in front of me. And I'm checking on the 3rd edition. Supposed 1 second. Yeah, also this edition as well. That I have as follows: Gemalim meini kois shloshim uvneihem imahem.
Aha.
And that's the point which Rashi's pointing out. Rashi's saying that the 30 is going on how many nursing camels there were. And in addition, uvneihem imahem, their children with them. So in fact, there were 60 camels altogether.
Yeah. So you have a different text than I do.
Okay. Which edition are you using? Hello? It's a Saperstein. Okay. Can you turn it around? I'd like to see what it says inside. Turn it around. No, turn I can see the text. Oopsie, 1 second. Bring it closer. No, 1 second. Can you move it a little bit to your right? No, it doesn't make sense. Okay, I have all the additions. I have it. It just says Shlogamai Menikos Shloshim Uvnehem Imohem. Okay, but that's Pashas. What Rashi's saying is there were altogether 60 camels, and it was 1-to-1. Okay, we'll see. Okay, it doesn't mention the husbands, Bechlau. It doesn't mention the males. Just mentions the 30 nursing camels and their children with them, which means another 30 young camels. Okay, now carries on Rashi. Umidrash Agada.
Midrash Agada Uvenehem. And the homiletical explanation, and their young,
means Uvnehem means Benaehem.
those who build them.
Right. The males.
Zachar keneged nekeva. A male corresponding to each female.
Right.
Ulivnei shet.
Ulefi.
I'm sorry. Ulefi shet tsenua bisash mish. And because it is modest while mating.
Right.
Lo pir simo ha kasuv. The scripture does not publicize it.
Right. Okay, so therefore, basically, what comes out, there were 30, according to this explanation, there were 30 she camels and 30 he camels.
Right. In addition to the young.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
Right.
So, Vayorim.
Vayarim, Chamorim Zecharim, male donkeys.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Okay, I think we'll stop here for today. I don't know where Meir was actually today. We seem to be taking turns between the two of you.
I don't know why he's not here now.
By the way, I spoke to Yechiel's wife. It was a couple of weeks ago when you weren't here. Anyway, it seems that these days Yechiel's like out of it, so he's not able to attend anymore.
Oh, too bad.
Right.
Well, thanks.
Okay. Okay. Beseda, anyway, have a good day.
All right, you too, Rabbi. Im Yirtzeh Hashem, I'll see you tomorrow.
I say very good. Be well. Kultiv.
Bye-bye.